Go to the new section of San Juan. If you look around, you're going to be able to see that basically all the trees and everything has their leaves on and everything, okay? We don't have any changes in the seasons over here in Puerto Rico. Everything stays green all year round. In Puerto Rico, it rains a lot. A little bit over 85 inches in a year. So it rains a lot. But if you think that that's a lot, at the rainforest in Puerto Rico has the only self-sustainable tropical rainforest under the National Forest Service system and national parks. Up there we receive up to 320 inches of rain in a year. Okay, so it rains a lot over there also. Nice move, nice move. So that's why everything stays green over here in the island of Puerto Rico. That's why our weather is so nice. It's like summer all year round. Temperatures during the day goes around 75 to 100 degrees all year round. At night they drop down in a very cold night in the mid 50s and in a very hot night during the summertime around mid 80s. Okay, so yeah, it gets nice during the winter months and it gets very uncomfortable during the summertime. Okay, that's why most of our structures are all in cement, because we don't need insulation in the island of Puerto Rico, but we need very strong structures that they can sustain strong winds from the hurricanes. We're going to talk about the hurricane a little bit later. Here towards the left hand side we have this big building which is a convent for nuns. Okay, this is the Providence Convent, and this building is from 1917. This other building also to the left, it was a Catholic school but run out of business. It was a private school, and right now it's a homeless shelter and a second-hand store, but we're still using the church over here to the left-hand side, the San Agustin Church, that it was built in 1915. So everything over here is from the beginnings of the 1900s, including this building, okay, over here towards the left-hand side. And inside of this building is where the TV show The Flying Nun was filmed. Wow. Right over there. And now we're going to be able to see some gas stations, okay? Don't be too excited. Don't get too excited about the prices of the gas over here in Puerto Rico. This mobile in front of us to the left, it's at 86.7 cents. That's by the liter. You have to multiply that by 3.78. That's going to give you about $3.35 for a gallon, which is pretty much the same that you're paying in the States. In some areas of the States, of course, because if you're from California, you're paying close to $6 for a gallon, okay? But in average, we're paying between 10 and 60 and 15 cents more for gas in the island of Puerto Rico, okay? And it's pretty much the same. But remember, we still have the lowest income in the nation with the highest sales tax percent in the nation. We are paying $7 for a gallon of milk. $7 for a gallon of milk, okay? We only have 3 cows in Puerto Rico. Okay? It looks like, right? We only have 2 dairy companies in the island. One of those dairy companies is owned by a former governor of the island, and the other one is owned by his son. So they have a monopoly, they control the prices, and basically they do whatever they want with the price of the milk. Paying $7.50 for a 12-pack of local beers. So if you do the math, beer is cheaper than milk in the island. Okay? Now we're down to the last 2 condominiums inside of the old San Juan. This one over here to the right, and the one over here to the left. Those are the last 2 condominiums that they're going to build inside of the old city. Why? Because they want to preserve the Spanish heritage. They want to preserve the Spanish architecture. Okay, the old San Juan is the second oldest city in the New World, and we don't want any new buildings around the old buildings that they date from the 15, 16, and 1700s. Okay, so that's why those are the last 2. Now we're about to cross the bridge. We're crossing this bridge. If you look to the right hand side, you're going to be able to see the cruise ships all the way back there. We're crossing this bridge over here, and we're surrounded by water. That means that the old San Juan is an island by itself, connected to the main island by that bridge. And yes, we still have some sizzlers in the island. And if you keep looking to the right, we have an Olive Garden over here to the right, and we have a Longhorn also. Okay? We have Krispy Kreme, we have Sonic, Arby's, we have McDonald's, Burger King, you name it, we have it. This is just like any other part of the United States. If we look to the left-hand side over here, we have the only way into the old San Juan. We just took the bridge coming out, and this is the only way in. Okay? This body of water here to the left-hand side is a freshwater lagoon. And this freshwater lagoon combines with the Atlantic Ocean underneath the bridge and divides the new section of San Juan in two different areas. Miramar community over here towards the right-hand side, and the Condado community towards the left-hand side. Okay? Over here to the right-hand side and to the left, you're going to find the same things like government offices, doctors, lawyers, schools, grocery stores, pharmacies, you name it. But if you're looking to buy a property here to the right-hand side, be ready to pay anywhere from $850,000 to $3 million over here to the right-hand side. Now, if we look over here to the left, from here, you already can notice how expensive those buildings look, right? They're very expensive, and 99% of the time, if they look expensive, they are expensive. Everything over here to the left-hand side starts in $3 million. Any penthouse over here to the left goes anywhere from $8 to $12 million. Okay? Very exclusive area, very, high-end communities and everything. To be honest, it's not the best place to live. It's not because I can afford it, right? It's just because it's a tourist attraction. It's the main tourist attraction in the new section of San Juan. So you're going to have people walking right next to your house 24/7. There's going to be traffic all the time. There's going to be a lot of noise. Okay? Over there we have casinos, hotels, we have stores, we have restaurants, and we have bars that opens 24 hours, 7 days a week. Okay? If you want some peace of mind, then you have to drive 15, 20 minutes away from here. You're going to find a nice house in a nice community, all in cement, with half an acre of land in, let's say, $250,000. Okay? If you live in a low-income community, you don't have to pay any property taxes to the island. If you live in the outskirts of the metropolitan district and the value of your house don't exceed $400,000, you just pay $2,000 a year in property taxes. Okay? And you may think that that's very affordable for people who make enough. Remember what I was telling you. Lowest income, highest sales tax. In Puerto Rico, average in a year, our income is close to $18,000. That's enough money to be broke. Right? And our sales tax percent is 11.5. The highest in the nation. And we pay tax in everything, including medicines and food. Okay, it's a 5% in medicines and a 7.5% in food. Okay, so yeah, it's challenging living over here if you don't work in the big industries that we have, like construction, tourism, the rum distilleries, and pharmaceuticals. You're gonna need 2 or 3 jobs just to stay even. Okay, if you work in any of those industries. For example, in construction, you're going to be making between $35 and $55 an hour.
Oh, okay.
Okay? If you work in tourism, you're going to be making good money because we receive 12 million tourists in a year. Okay? If you work in the rum distilleries, basic salary over there is about $45,000 a year. And in Puerto Rico, we manufacture over 80% of all the medicines and IVs for the United States. Lilly, Abbott, Pfizer, Amgen, Johnson & Johnson, Medtronic, Bristol Myers Squibb, all that is here in Puerto Rico, and basic salary in any pharmaceutical is $50,000. Okay, so you're going to be making good money if you just work in the right places, okay? Now, we're inside of the Ashford Avenue in Condado. Over here towards the right-hand side, we have the Atlantic Ocean. So all the buildings to the right-hand side and all the streets over here to the right-hand side, they're gonna end at the ocean. All the buildings, they benefit from the Atlantic Ocean over here to the right-hand side. All the buildings towards the left-hand side, they benefit from the freshwater lagoon that we saw on the way here, okay? Sorry. Now we're gonna make our next stop, which is going to be at the Atlantic Beach View, or also known as the window to the ocean, okay? It is a little park provided by the government of Puerto Rico, so that way the local people can have access to the beach. Everything over here was surrounded by hotels and empty lots and everything, so the local people were complaining because we don't have any room to go to the beach. And the government of the island, they decide to open up spaces and create parks like this ones all around the Ashford Avenue over here in the new section of San Juan, okay? All these parks are completely free. You just park your car in the side of the road. You're gonna notice that there's some meters over there, but they have never worked, okay? So it's free. You just park your car over there, cross the street, you have coffee place over here. You see the trash can over there, the lady sitting over there right next to the wooden door over there, the wooden table. That entrance over there, there's clean bathrooms. We have a Ben & Jerry's at the end of this street, this whole plaza. And then if you keep walking all the way at the end of the sidewalk, we are going to find the beach area of Condado.